Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing another Tea with Nan on a Monday at 12 o'clock. Welcome. Don't panic cup again today. It's nice and big. I love that. A nice cup of tea on a cold day. Well, it's definitely cooler here in Cornwall. And the wind is going, it's almost very autumny there. Sort of the wind is going, the leaves are falling, and you wanted to stay indoors today. I hope you're all well. I hope everyone's had a good week since I was last on here. So tell me all about it. Have you been managing to use any of the tools that I share with you? Because the symbols are great, the tools are great. They're all very useful for us to have something to focus on, something positive. And we all need something positive on a Monday, especially to sort of start the week and think about the whole week as being easy rather than, oh, I've got to do that and I've got to do this. And we quite often get very carried away with that pressure. So I see someone's joined us already. Happy Monday to you, whoever you are. I love the fact that you're sharing all my talks because they really do help other people. If they don't help yourself or you don't relate to them, sometimes someone you know might just need to hear an idea that we put out, something I've made up and know works for me and works for my clients. Maybe it's something that's all it takes to give them the inspiration or the energy they need for the whole week. So thank you for sharing everything I do. It's lovely. So today's talk is all about take time out. Now, it's a very good title. We don't take enough time out. I mean, time out from our routine, time out from busy lives. Oh, Val, it's you. Oh, happy Monday hugs to you, sweet. It was lovely seeing you the other day. It was really nice. So I hope you're having a good day so far. We need to take time out. We need to do that in as many little ways as we can, and big ways if you can. Some people take time out from their work and they have holidays and they've got something to look forward to. Some people take time out from routine and the sense of what they always do, the same thing every day. So maybe change that routine because, it feels a bit like Groundhog Day, doesn't it? You're chugging along, you're doing the same thing day in, day out. Well, that can be very wearing, but it can really tire you out. It can make you weary. So I've got a little board here with lots of stuff I've written on. How can we become more aware of the balance we need in our lives? Yes, we work hard, yes, we're productive, or even those people that aren't working, still productive. They still have very busy lives. How can we make sure that we have balance in what we do? So maybe think about it. I mean, a change is as good as a rest, my mum used to say. Even if you haven't got time or money or opportunity to take yourself away to a peaceful place away from that routine and that drudgery, the same thing day in, day out, even if you haven't got the money or as I say, opportunity, you can still do that in your mind. You can still take yourself to a memory of somewhere you loved being. Oh, that's nice. Hi, Susan. Thank you for being here, darling. Happy Monday. It's lovely. So even if we can't practically go and do something to break the monotony of life or whatever your commitments are, even if you enjoy doing those things. I know lots of mums who love being mums, but they still get very tired. And the routine is every day, school run, etc., etc. And I know a lot of mums on here will agree with me. It's hard work, and it's hard work in lots of ways because you kind of need to reset yourself and to find out who you are inside of all those commitments. It's so easy to lose ourselves into whatever hat we're wearing at the time. Are we a daughter? Are we a mum? Are we a wife? But whatever we are, we tend to wear a lot of hats, don't we? So we need to take time out from wearing those hats, time out from doing what you do every day. So what do you do to relax? What do you do to take time out that's different from what you generally do? How do you rebalance yourself? If you don't rebalance yourself, you're going to find some imbalance within your body because inside yourself is all those feelings that have been repressed and that inner child need to go and do something for yourself. So how do you find ways to do that? Well, I started asking a few clients and friends, how do you take time out? And some of them said, well, I like reading a book. Brilliant. Lovely. Your mind is now somewhere else, isn't it? I basically think it's lovely to breathe out. So I taught quite a lot of my clients how to breathe out the monotony and breathe in that mindful, grounded, nice feeling of being centered. That's right. That's one of the things I like to do. Or visualize a beautiful place. You know, as a childminder and a mother, many years ago, I was a childminder, and I'd have all these children and lots of things to do, and it was very chaotic, and every day was routine, and you must be on top of that. And I loved the job, I really did. But there was times when I thought, oh, so loaded with lots of things to do. So I used to visualize for a moment a beautiful beach I used to like going to, and the sun was shining, and I felt as if I was there just for 1 minute. And in that 1 minute, I felt really calm. I felt as if I'd recharged and rebooted myself enough so the rest of the day was easy. So that was one I used to do. But some other clients I was interviewing about this, they like to listen to music or watch a film or go on their phone, you know, play games. I know some of my clients like doing yoga or meditating. And all these things don't have to be extreme. They can be tiny things that work for you. You know, even listening to a meditation might just be resetting you. When you come out of those relaxed states, you'll start to see things differently. I know that when you go on holiday, or you arrange a holiday or rest days or whatever, or retreats, I know quite a few clients go on retreats, or they come back and they say, oh, I didn't realize how stressed I was before I went on holiday, or I didn't realize how much I've been working so hard. I didn't realize I was all wound up inside until I had a holiday. And then they come back from that holiday or that time out or that walk that they've been on or whatever, and they come back and they go, oh, that feels better. But they also know, I don't want to go back to that really stressful, pressured place that I put myself in. So it kind of creeps up on us, doesn't it? You know, we think we're fine. I'm absolutely fine. I love my work. I love this. We trudge along. We get things done. We don't realize over a period of time we can be worn down by the routine and not taking enough time out. Now, whether that's 5 minutes or 5 days or 5 months, whatever. I know some people that have just taken themselves off and for a few months to be somewhere else, different country, whatever it takes. I'm not saying we all have to do that, but we need to find balance in a time frame that suits us. Okay, as I say, 5 minutes can make you feel physically and emotionally well. So it doesn't matter how you do it. You can be creative. I know quite a few people like creating things. They paint, or they're artists, or, you know, even painting a wall can help you. It doesn't matter, whatever suits you. I love painting. I just love painting things. But if it isn't that, it could be create something. I know a lady that loves crocheting, and she loves working with wool. She does beautiful creations. But find what works for you. Walk is an easy one if you can. And I'm not saying everyone can go out for a walk, but remember a time when you were walking somewhere. If you can't get out the house, and some people can't, or they're not able to do what they were a few years ago, just use that memory of that lovely walk in the woods you had and how grounded you felt, or the beach, or a nice country lane, or whatever suits you. Think about that and really enjoy that feeling for a moment as if you are there again, because visualization is very good for you. And by the law of attraction, because you're feeling peaceful or calm or centered, if you can do that more than 17 seconds, you are locking it into your body's energies. All of your energies will thrive through you being calm and happy and centered. By the law of attraction, you are attracting more of that lovely feeling, that memory, that calmness. You're resetting yourself as you're doing that. So visualize a peaceful place. I like to do that. If I need to, I just go back, breathe. Ah, feels good. And then you can carry on. Do everything. It's only taken a few seconds to do that. So how do you do it? Do you read a book? Do you watch telly? What do you do? Do you watch a film? I went out this morning and I love going in the garden, even though it was kind of raining. I went out and I repotted a beautiful flower I just bought over the weekend. And I enjoy potting flowers. It's so nice. Oh, hi, darling. Oh, it's Gail. Thank you for joining us. So I was potting this flower. It's quite a big flower actually, and I'm potting it and I'm thinking, oh, I love bedding it all in and making myself feel like I've created a space for that beautiful flower, and it's going to be lovely as it blossoms in a pot that's big enough for it now. So I just love that, and it only took literally 5 minutes. And in that 5 minutes, I felt I was out in the garden. Nothing else was in my mind but creating that space for that flower. For me, I love doing that. What do you do? What can you do to make you just have time out from what you normally do, from our busy lives, from the pressure we put on ourselves. So there's lots of different ways. I know some people that like to dance, and dancing is one of the, even if you can't dance in a very active drama way, you could just do little dances. If you don't want to be the professional dancer, you could just be, you don't have to become dancing, but you can just move to some music. And that is a lovely thing for your body and mind to be in harmony with sound. So, that's another way. I know quite a few people like doing that. Have a little jig around the kitchen while they're making the tea. But find a way. What is it that makes you, or could make you, take some time out? So in which ways do we need to do that? Yes, we can do that in our work, in our routine. We tend to want to achieve a lot, to feel in control, but success can come at a cost, and we don't realize that tension we put on ourselves and our mind and our body. So we need to think about that. Is it your family commitments? Is it that you're doing and giving too much to one area of your life? Oh, thank you for the heart, whoever gave me that. So is it work? Most people work too hard one way or another. Whatever they're doing, they put their whole selves into it. Oh, hi Samantha. A long walk, she says, on the seafront. Oh, lovely. Do you know, even you talking about that is making me feel like I've just done that with you. Oh, how lovely. Some of you have got dogs and they like walking the dog, and it's time out. And that's another one I didn't put on my board, but it's true. A lot of people who walk with their dogs are more grounded. They're more, they're more sociable, talk to each other, it's nice. But find a way. And I'm glad you've got that, Samantha. And even if you couldn't go out for a walk, you could at least remember when you did that last. And breathe it. And just for a few seconds, experience it again, So how can you do this? Going back to looking at areas of your life. If you were to imagine a pie chart, I'll just draw one quickly 5 minutes before I got on here. Quick pie chart. Where's your time out? How much do you give to other people? Is it work and family and friends and everything else and children, whatever? Where's your time? Where is your time in the pie chart? So maybe if you were to just practically draw yourself a quick pie chart, just doesn't matter how you do it, but just having a mindful awareness of where you place your energy and your time. Am I doing too much of this? Am I doing too much of that? Quite a few people work too long, and their hours are long in the week. And maybe you can balance that out somehow. Maybe I'll read for an hour here, so think about how you can do something to balance out the time and energy you put into your day and your week, and how much you give away, because you need to recharge and reboot yourself, if you like, reset and defrag your brain. So got too many things in it sometimes, don't we? We wouldn't run our cars, I put that up here, we wouldn't run our cars hundreds of miles every day without any MOT or without resting it. We wouldn't do it because our cars would break. Some of our cars wouldn't do that day after day. I know mine wouldn't. I've got a lovely old car, but it definitely wouldn't do the hundreds of miles every day. So I'd have to take little journeys, or I'd have to make sure that was balanced. We have to look after ourselves in the same way. We have to think, don't push yourself to the limit every day. Take time out. Find every day a way of taking time out. And if you can't think of something, or you don't feel you can, life's too busy and it's too demanding, then I say, use your memory of the last time you did. And I've got a lovely affirmation here that's going to help you. So maybe write this down, guys. I find balance in everything I do. I find balance in everything I do. Now, you might not think that's true, because that's why an affirmation is so useful. We are talking with 5% of our consciousness, and 95% underneath our surface of our minds, our subconscious will listen to that sentence and will actually go, okay, I believe you. When we're actually saying it, we think, I haven't got balance. While you're saying that to yourself, you may argue with it, but affirmations work on a deeper level. So, I find balance in everything I do. Write that down. Maybe say it to yourself in the mirror, or just say it as you're driving. I find balance in everything I do. You might laugh because it's not true, but that's how you can put it into your mind to perhaps create it on another level, or to bring it into your consciousness by the law of attraction. I find balance in everything I do. It's a nice way of just thinking about that chart. You know, where is your time? And if there isn't much of your time in there, tell yourself you have balance, you know? So is it in relationships that you need to find that? Is it in family commitments? Are you giving too much? Is there a way that you can give to yourself as well as you give to others? Most of the people I know, it's work and relationships tend to take up most of their energy. But if there's other places in your life, other commitments, then just think about that. You know, how can I make balance? And most people, they find they don't have balance perhaps in their close relationships, their husbands and wives, you know, and they might lose themselves in that role of being with them. So I like to say, imagine two flowers in a one pot, okay? So that's a unity between two people. Two flowers in a pot, and they grow quite nicely together in that pot until they get too big and they get sort of a bit pot bound. And now they can't breathe or express their own individuality. Sometimes we need to just imagine we have two pots side by side, and we have time and we have the space to grow into who we should be, and without suffocating ourselves with too much giving to another person or compromise of that place. So if we can just think, I'm supporting my loved ones, but I'm still staying independent in my own pot, so I can then look after me as I look after them. That's a nice way of looking at it. I like the way I go back to pots and flowers again. It's a nice analogy. So where would you like to take time out? Have a think about it. And certainly have a look at the pie chart. Maybe draw it out. It's very practical to look and think, oh, I give 50% of my time to this. And where's me? Where's my time in there? Your inner child will thank you for identifying the areas you need to make right, to balance it. Even if you only have, you know, a 5-minute respite from your busy day, what is that? Some people like going swimming. I know one person that swims, she's lovely, and she has respite from lots of stuff that's going on in her life, and she's probably going to be on here. She knows who I'm talking about. But some people just like having a shower. The water is very cleansing on lots of levels. So even if it's something simple, even if, as I say, read a book or watch something great on YouTube, whatever, time out is very important. So I've got a symbol. I will give you some more tea with Nancy in a minute to go with this, but I've got a symbol that I've recently channeled through, and this is called balance, and I love this one. It's really great. It's like an upside down owl. I like it because it's nice and symmetrical. It's like we're holding balance in our lives. So I'm going to show you this. I drew it 5 minutes ago before I got on here. Balance and equilibrium. Okay, so you kind of imagine you've got a circle. You take a breath in, up, and the other one and down, because you see we're kind of rocking in our day. We're rocking, we're not in balance, we're moving from imbalance, we're trying to be balanced. Well, this kind of represents a stability where you're holding your balance. So let's do this again. Take a breath and do this symbol with me. Up and under. I have balance in my life. I have balance in everything I do. This goes beautifully with your symbol. I have balance in everything I do. So perhaps draw it with me in your mind, in the air. It's nice to draw in the air, actually. It feels good. Why don't you do it and just see how it feels? I have balance in everything I do. It flows. It's easy to do. You see, symbols work because they're a focus point for you. You're focusing on doing something, on seeing something that represents something else to you. And that's why balance and equilibrium. I've used this in lots of ways, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, for my clients. But I loved recently just using it on my physical self to give myself more balance and more sleep. You know, where do you want your balance? Maybe sleep is taking time out. That's another one I didn't put on here. So that's another one to think about, sleep. A lot of people don't get enough sleep. And you all know who you are for lots of reasons. So a couple of tea with Nans I'd like to introduce you to go with this subject today is time is precious. And that's in the tea with Nans. It's what we're doing here, okay? Time is precious. And that's dated on the 22nd of the 4th, 24. Now you can find all my tea with Nans and my Nan talks, which are just exercises, and my meditations are all free, on nancyfinch.co.uk. Go to my website and you'll find them all there. You can also email me, nancyfinch@hotmail.co.uk, if any of you really feel you need a one-to-one session, either online or in person. I have more time these days to be able to do that. So it would be lovely to help you on a personal level, to give you tools on that, on whatever you need, actually, that's going on in your life. So going back to this, find a way to look at these talks because they're really good for you. You know, time is precious, as I've given you one there. It is precious. We look back and we think, I wasted time there. Well, you didn't really, but it's time to look at how we spend our time, you know. Another tea with Nan is pace yourself. Maybe we're running too quick. It's like a car in the top gear all the time. Why don't we just take that back and really pace ourselves, you know? Excuse me. One of my favourites is Take the Pressure Off, and that's on the 15th to the 5th, 13. Oh, 23. It wasn't that far ago. 23. I can't read my own writing. So Pace Yourself is the 4th to the 12th, 23, and Take the Pressure Off is the 15th to the 5th, 23. And in that one, I actually Take the Pressure Off, I do a lovely affirmation. I get it all done on number 1. Thinking of yourself as a dial going from 10 to 1. It's really nice. It's one of my favourites, Take the Pressure Off, because now and again we don't realise we're just speeding up as we got our commitments one after the other. And one thing we load up, you know, no, I must do that, I'll do that, then I'll do that. Yeah, well, we need to take the pressure off. Another one that's actually really good for this talk today is Life Tired. Now, how many people get life tired? I've been talking to my clients about this last week, and a lot of people get life tired. You know, they don't realise it, but it's sort of grinding them down. All the routine over and over again, the same commitments, the same energy, going into places that doesn't give them a chance to have respite, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So Life Tired is a good one because it kind of reinforces what we're talking about today. Take time out. So look at Life Tired and make sure you're not life tired. Find a way not to be. 28th to the 11th, 22. So that's a nice one. And write down the affirmation. I find balance in everything I do. Say it to yourself and see how you feel. Maybe come back to me and tell me, well, that really worked for me. And as I say, pie chart, work out how much time and energy you spend. Is it balanced? And well done if it is. Well done, because it takes a lot of mindfulness to be able to achieve that. Balance and equilibrium in your life, in any area of your life. Practice that. So there will be a book on this one day I plan to do on symbols alone, just how you can set that intention. So that's going to be brilliant. It's going to be good for you. In the meantime, you play with these and maybe share, as I say, share this with everybody. I had about 700 people look at my talk last week, and it just means, it makes me happy to know that if someone can get just anything out of what we talk about, then I'm a happy girl. I just want to be of service because I know how these feelings, how they can drag you down, how life situations can do that. So breathe new life into yourself. Breathe out the stress. You know, it's a lovely thing to do. Just breathe, maybe visualize. Do whatever it takes to bring you time out in your busy lives. And most of you that even are retired people, aren't working, still are really busy. They cram it all in. They have lots of stuff. Most people say to me that are retired, I don't know how I found time to work. I do more things now than I ever did. Of course, because we like to fill our cupboards, our mental cupboards. You know, you empty a cupboard and you think that space is clear. How quickly do we fill that cupboard again? It's natural for us to do that. So in between all of that, you know, the commitments we take on and the things we're happy doing, obviously, you know, mums and people that are taking on, not just mums, but people that work hard, that have busy lives, full lives, just think, am I taking time out? Let's just give that some thought today. I don't know what I'll be talking about next week, but I think we're done for today. Please share this, as I say, you never know who it can help. And give yourself a big hug from me. It's a nice way to start Monday, isn't it? To start the week. And enjoy your week, enjoy your symbol, enjoy your affirmation, and enjoy finding ways. And be mindful that that is giving you time out and giving you back the balance that you need. Okay? Namaste, hugs to everybody. Lots of love to you all. And I will see you again next Monday at 12 o'clock. Okay. Have a lovely day, a lovely week, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.